Hari Om Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste, dearest Komilla ji, Jyotish community. Such an honor to have you here to discuss these yogas. And without further ado, the floor is yours, my dearest Komilla.
Welcome, everybody. And today we are talking about the Dhana yogas of Sage Parashar. And this lecture is going to be in two parts. We'll explore some yogas to start with, wealth yogas, and then I will specifically talk about the Dhana yogas that Sage Parashar has given. So we are at the Parashara Second International Conference, and today I'm talking about Dhana yogas of Sage Parashar. And this photograph is of Sage Parashar, taken at Madurai Temple, Thiruparakundram. They have Sage Vedvyasa and Sage Parashar there at the entrance of the inner sanctum. And so we always go and honor Sage there. And this is me in bliss as I am lecturing to you. I'm actually in India just now. And it is, what is the time? 12:30 at night for me. And I've been doing these late night classes for the conference. And of course, it's just so wonderful how Kasanati has organized now the second conference. And so we are going to start with the chanting. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Niravignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Dhana Moolam Gurur Murti Puja Moolam Gurur Padam Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa. Om Adityaya Somaya Mangalaya Budhaya Ja Guru Shukra Shanibhyascha Rahuve Ketave Namaha. Om Nilanjana Samabhasam Ravi Putram Yamagrajam Chaya Maratanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanishcharam. So, just want to say that these are my books. You can get them from any book retailer, both physical copies and downloadable ones, or you can look them up on my website, komilla.com. And I do serious teaching every year, and my classes begin in March of the year. So I have 4 sets of classes and 2 time zones for it. And you can look it up on my website. And I have a foundation course, rules of interpretation, prediction. That 108 classes over 3 years that have a complete foundation of Jyotish. And then next year, I'm actually, my advanced course, which is always on a Thursday, is on planetary yoga. So we are talking about today yogas as well as Dhana yogas of Sage Parashar. And the importance of yogas is that yogas tend to lift the chart up. And without the knowledge of yogas, we actually don't fully understand the chart, because they can change the whole interpretation of the chart. Today, we are focusing on the Dhana yogas. And Dhan means wealth, money. Dhana can be taken as prosperity, wealth of other kinds too. And the Sage Parashar has emphasized the role of the 5th and 11th house, Lagna, 9th lord, connections between Kendras and Trikonas, Vargas and Visheshika Amsha. And so we will explore all these as well in the wealth yogas. But he has focused on particular combinations in Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra in chapter 43, special combinations of wealth. And but you see, all the yogas that are there, are connected to wealth. And if you have some of these yogas, the wealth comes automatically. And in our own chart, we have a Dhana Bhava, second house, and primary judge for wealth of an individual, what you're born to and can accumulate. We are not concentrating on Dhana Bhava today. I'm just telling you about it. And Dhana is not just financial wealth. The goddess of wealth is goddess Lakshmi. As Ashtalakshmi, she confers 6 kinds of wealth. And this photograph I have here is of Vidya Lakshmi. And Vidya is the wealth of knowledge. And, today at the Parashara conference, we are gaining this wealth of knowledge with so many scholars there, so beautifully organized by Kasanati, the coming together of these modern days gurus, you could say, scholars, rishis. So the Vidya Lakshmi, that's why I put that here. And so the 8 Lakshmis or the 8 Ashtalakshmi, the 8 Lakshmis are Adi Lakshmi or Mahalakshmi. She is the main goddess Lakshmi. Then Dhana Lakshmi. Dhana Lakshmi is wealth Lakshmi. Dhanya Lakshmi. Dhanya Lakshmi as goddess of grain and giver of agricultural wealth. Dhanya also ability to eat good food, to get, have plenty. And originally the wealth of people was agricultural wealth. Then Gajalakshmi, giver of animal wealth like cattle and elephants. Swami Chidananda interprets Gajalakshmi as the giver of power of royalty. You see, Gajalakshmi, she's usually has 2 elephants either side of her. And I think in the Lakshmis here, you can see somewhere. There she is, the Gajalakshmi. This is Mahalakshmi and this is Gajalakshmi. And then Santana Lakshmi, bestower of offsprings. And of course, offsprings are children are the wealth of people as well. Good children, people, that is a major wealth you can have. Veera Lakshmi or Dhairya Lakshmi, bestower of valor, battles, courage, strength of overcoming difficulties in life. So Veera is, valor or confidence or courage, whereas Vijaya Lakshmi or Jaya Lakshmi, giver of victory, not only in battles, but also conquering hurdles in order to beget success. And finally is Vidya Lakshmi, that's what we are gaining here, the bestower of knowledge, arts, and science. So having the knowledge also is, most important, because that is the greatest gift we can have and the greatest wealth. And we are sharing knowledge today. So in judging wealth, the importance of Jupiter and Venus is there. Jupiter is the Karaka of second, fifth, ninth, 11th houses, all houses connected to wealth. The dignity, house position, strength of Jupiter gives a long way to giving wealth. You see, you could have a difficult Jupiter and still be wealthy, but you may not feel wealthy. You may be wealthy, but you may not feel wealthy. Sometimes, you'll meet people, they have plenty of money, but they don't feel wealthy. I don't know. You may have met that as well. And then Venus is the natural ruler of the second house. Strength of Venus will give comfortable wealth as well. So when we are looking at wealth, we must pay attention to both Jupiter and Venus. And you will see in many super wealthy people, they tend to have, and people who have easy wealth, they tend to have Jupiter, Venus strong. If they are not strong, there is more struggle to gain security and wealth. So, Sage Parashar has devoted one chapter to wealth-giving yogas, but he has also emphasized other yogas which also bring wealth and prosperity. We will explore some of them first, and then we would go to the other wealth yogas here. So here we have Lakshmi Yoga, immense wealth. And you see, Lakshmi, we are at this time at the festival of Lakshmi. A few days ago, when I reached India, there was Diwali. And during Diwali, people worship Goddess Lakshmi. Of course, this photograph is all with gold coins and gold jewelry. But as I said, Goddess Lakshmi gives immense money wealth, but she gives other wealths as well. But for a person to be immensely wealthy, the ninth house ruler, Venus, are in their own sign or exaltation, either in Kendra, 1, 4, 7, 10 houses, or Trikona, 5th and 9th houses. You see, when you're studying yogas, it is important to look at the precise language of the yogas. Sometimes you can break it too, because you'll see that other rules also will be there. But it is important to see that, to know the rule, what it gives. This yoga indicates a seriously wealthy person. It could be from inheritance or self-made. And some people, you'll notice in my presentation, have all sorts of yogas, and whichever way we look at, they have the yoga. And Parashara gives importance to ninth house ruler only to be in exaltation, Multrikona, own sign, in a Kendra. Ascendant ruler must be strong for Lakshmi Yoga to truly form. Lakshmi Yoga can be studied from ascendant, moon, sun. If it exists from all three ascendants, then unimaginable wealth is indicated. You see why the ascendant ruler must be strong? Because if your ascendant ruler is strong, you are able to make use of the yoga. Otherwise, you are not able to make use of the yoga. It may come and you may have a lot of wealth. And of course, we have Bill Gates with the Lakshmi Yoga. And the rule is ninth lord must be exalted own sign in Kendra Trikona. And here we see ninth lord, Aquarius is the ninth lord. And Saturn is exalted, and Venus is its own sign without combustion. And Lagna Lord, he's Gemini Lagna. Lagna Lord Mercury is in a Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. So, when you are studying yogas, it's worth studying Bill Gates' chart because he has endless yogas and all connected to wealth, and I'll be exploring some of them. So then the second yoga, which is Gauri yoga, this is more difficult to find because moon in its own sign, exaltation in either Kendra Trikona, and Jupiter aspects it. So Gauri is another name for Parvati, the wife of Shiva. And Gauri gives a beautiful body, face like lotus, friends, succeed over their enemies, rival competition, good character, blessed with children, belong to an illustrated family. So here you see also the valor, the Virya yoga that Gauri can give, and also the blessed with children. So Santana, Lakshmi as well here. And all these yogas will give wealth. And here we have President Barack Obama's chart. Moon is exalted in the 5th house, and Jupiter aspects the moon. Although Jupiter is debilitated, it doesn't matter in this case. And of course, you know that President Obama has a lot of different kinds of wealth as well. Then Saraswati yoga, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury in Kendra or Trikona from the Lagna, or in 2nd house, Jupiter's in its own sign, exalted, friend's house. And Saraswati is the goddess of learning, knowledge, and music. And here we see Saraswati yoga gives great intelligence, ability to write, learned in Alankara Shastra. Alankar deals with music, poetry, mathematics, knowledge of sacred text, honored, famous in all 3 worlds, wealthy, blessed with children, and lucky. So you see that Saraswati yoga also will give wealth. And this is actor Dustin Hoffman. He's also had wealth of recognition. He's very well known as an actor. And here we see that he has Jupiter in the Lagna, Venus in the 7th house, Mercury in the 9th. So this creates a Saraswati yoga. Jupiter own sign as well, which is a Hamsa Mahapurusha yoga. You will see people having different yogas. Now, the thing about the yogas is that it does not take away from the unhappiness or sad episodes and things. Just because you have money and prosperity does not mean the other issues or Sade Sati or Saturn doesn't make a difficult transit. So, often when I see very wealthy clients' charts, they will complain that people think just because I have money, I'm happy. So, that is a separate pursuit that we have to pursue. And so the next set of yogas are the Trimurti yogas. So Trimurti are the 3 deities called Trimurti. Brahma, the creator, in charge of Rajas Guna, Vishnu, the maintainer, in charge of Sattva Guna, Shiva, the destroyer, in charge of Tamas Guna. And the 3 gunas engulf the incarnating soul, separate them from their divine self and connection to the eternal being. By getting the blessing of these divine deities, we purify the outer being and come back in connection to the real self. The 3 yogas that express the 3 devatas. Now, the thing to remember again is that in order to purify and to change ourselves from purely materialistic beings, we have to be interested in it, So even though the blessing is there, sometimes people are blocked to those possibilities. So here we have the Shri Kantha Yoga, Lord Shiva. This photograph I took in Kurukshetra of Lord Shiva. And it's actually by a pond called Surya Kund, the pond of Surya. And so the rule of Shri Kantha Yoga is Lagna Lord, Sun, Moon, own, friends, exaltation, signs, occupy, Kendra, and Trikona. You know, when I'm looking for these yogas in my kind of database, I always find Shri Kantha and Gauri Yoga most difficult to find. And here we have will wear Rudraksh Mala, body will shine from smearing of sacred ash, constantly meditate on Shiva, perform sacred rites, friends of virtuous, liberal, honor all religions and be influential. And of course, here we have President Barack Obama again. And the rule says that the moon in Trikona, exalted own sign, sun is in Cancer in a friend sign, and Jupiter aspecting both sun and moon. And here we see Sun, Moon, own sign, friend, occupy, Kendra. Lagna, Lord, Sun, Moon, own sign. So here Jupiter's aspect is not important, but Lagna, Lord. I always have to look at the rules, you know. But here we see the Lagna, Lord, Saturn. And this also Saturn, own sign is a Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga. But Lagna, Lord, Sun, and Moon. So you see, the yoga means a combination. So all the combinations have to be correct. And then Srinatha Yoga. Srinatha is Lord Vishnu. And this photograph is of Lord Vishnu riding Garuda. And this is quite a rare photograph, again taken at Kurukshetra by me. And here Garuda is in a human form. So the Srinatha Yoga is 9th Lord, Venus, Mercury in own, friends, exaltation sign, occupy, Kendra, and Trikona. So these Trimurti or the God yogas, they have one extra element attached to the goddess yogas. So here in Srinatha, Mercury also has to be strong. And again, we will be wealthy, grand, soft-spoken. His manner of speaking will be pleasant and willful. Will have body marks of Lord Narayana, such as a conch, chakra, etc., along with other devotees or virtuous persons. Be engaged in recitations of religious songs about greatness of Narayana. You see, traditionally, the astrologer was also a palmist. And he used to look at the palm. If they saw the chart, they would also look at the palm, sometimes feet, for the body marks to confirm that these yogas are there. And conch or chakra, there are other symbols of Lord Narayana that can also be in the hand to confirm this yoga. He will be a devotee of Lord Vishnu, will be respected by other people, will be handsome, attractive. Others are pleased in coming in contact with him, blessed with a virtuous wife, noble sons, you know, children. Always they say noble son. This yoga is like Lakshmi yoga with Mercury attached to it. You know, when people give you blessings, they'll always give you blessing that you'll have a long life, you'll have good children, you'll have good wealth, and you'll have happiness. And this Srinatha Yoga brings all those virtues here to you. And people with Srinatha Yoga, Bill Gates, Harrison Ford, Deepak Chopra. And we have again, Bill Gates again. He's kind of one-stop shop for the yogas. Here we can see 9th Lord Saturn, Venus, 5th house, and Mercury in a Kendra, but also in a Mahapurusha yoga. And this is why Bill Gates was the wealthiest guy, not just for 1 year or 2 years, but consistently. And even now, he's giving away his wealth, but he is still, even in his giving away, has a lot of wealth. Then the last of these yogas is Virinchi Yoga, which is connected to Brahma. And this yoga is fifth Lord Jupiter, Saturn in friend, own, exalted sign in Kendra, angle or trikona. Now, here, fifth Lord is playing a part, and fifth Lord, according to sage Parashara, is very important in yogas. And I'll discuss more about its importance later on. And here we see extremely intelligent, fully absorbed with knowledge of Brahman, never deviate from code of conduct prescribed by the Vedas. He'll be full of good qualities, always happy, and have many distinguished disciples. So you could say that a Brahma Yoga would be a good teacher as well. So fifth Lord Jupiter, Saturn in friend zone sign. And here, sweet in speech, will be blessed with much wealth, wife and children. Shine spiritual luster, long-lived, have complete control over senses, and will be revered by kings. Now, you see, sometimes it's not necessary you have wealth and children, wife and children, or husband and children, but they could be children in form of creativity, disciples. And here we have Condoleezza Rice, and you may or may not agree with her, politics, but she was the first Black woman to be super powerful. And she was the Secretary of State. And here we see that Saturn is exalted, Jupiter is exalted, and fifth Lord Venus is in its own sign. So Lagna Lord, so she is born 1954-55. There were a number of planets exalted at that time. And she is actually teaching in Stanford now, I think. And she has many disciples, and powerful lady, in power sometimes is not always doing the right thing. Now, some problems you can see here. Her Venus is combust very close to the sun. So she may have compromised her ideals because of this. And she never married. She didn't have any children. That was something that she didn't do. But you see, she had disciples. And these yogas, you do need to take with the little bit, you have to adjust them, but definitely very successful lady even now in her post-politics era too. Then one of these yogas that we study is called Mahabhagya Yoga. And Maha means great, Bhagya is good fortune, luck. This yoga is created differently for male and female charts. And in male charts, birth must be during the day and the sun, moon in odd signs. And in female charts, birth must be at night, sun, moon in even signs. Now, if you're born female and day, then you can't have this yoga. But basically the sun, moon, and sometimes for Mahabhagya Yoga, some books also say Lagna should be odd signs for men and day birth, and even signs for women and night birth. And this brings popularity, fame, generosity, high reputation, can give good leadership positions. Phaldipika says they can be rulers of the earth. The ascendant ruler must be strong, otherwise this yoga may not manifest as powerfully. And of course, what you must recognize is that you could be very lucky, but you could still have difficult times, other difficult issues. And this is very key, because we should not think I have a yoga, I'm immune to everything. It definitely gives a privileged, lucky position. And this is King Carl 16, I think it is 16, Gustav of Sweden. And, he was born and his father died very young. So I think from a very young age, he became Prince Regent. And here we see lots of issues in the chart. But the rule is there, sun and moon, they are both in odd signs, and he's born at 10:30 a.m. And of course, look at the moon, it is Gandanta. And he lost his father right at childbirth. And just after childbirth, he lost his father. So, as I said, he has debilitated Mars, Saturn, Rahu. All those things are going to show up in the chart. So, don't be dazzled by the yogas. That's what I want you to know. And this is Britney Spears, who's a singer, songwriter, very successful, but very troubled, emotionally troubled. And she has a nighttime birth, 1:30 a.m. And you see her moon is in Capricorn, sun is in Scorpio, and Lagna is also even. So she has all the three things. And she has been consistently successful, but she's struggling with mental health problems. Look at that moon, Ketu-Venus conjunction. So, you have to look at all those aspects as well. And then Gaja Kesari Yoga, this is the most popular yoga for wealth, with moon in first, fourth, seventh, 10th house from each other. Gaja means elephant, Kesari means lion. Gaja Kesari gives a large, fierce intellect, and also makes you wise, attractive, virtuous, skillful, wealthy, and learned. It helps you to develop latent faculties, protects you from negative forces. And this is a very good yoga to have. Imran Khan, I think he's the former Prime Minister of Pakistan. Most of us knew him as this great sports guy. He was the most successful cricketer. And those of you living in Europe or India, this was a passion. I remember meeting him as a cricketer. But then he changed everything and became a politician, and he was the Prime Minister of Pakistan. And I don't know, recently he got imprisoned as well. Now here from the Lagna, you don't see the yoga. Jupiter, Moon are together. But here from the moon, you can see that Jupiter moon yoga is there. Venus is in Maha Purusha yoga as well. He has exalted Mercury too. And, here you can see from the Lagna, Mercury is in the 10th house, exalted. So he does have this kind of maybe Mars in the Lagna, sporty intellect, but also now political aspect. And then the final of the yogas that I'm just talking about, other wealth yogas we can have, and this is Adi Yoga. I'm going to do Pancha Mahapurusha yogas as well, but Adi Yoga. Adi means chief, supreme, presiding, ruling. When benefic planets, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury are placed in 6th, 7th, 8th from the moon or Lagna, Adi Yoga is formed. This yoga's importance is again in the support of the moon. Planets placed here would aspect the houses either side of the moon and enhance the mind. Adi Yoga is quite a rare yoga, and I like it to be pure. It has to have the benefics 6th, 7th, and 8th from the moon or from the Lagna. So Adi Yoga, you can study from the Lagna too. So again, Bill Gates has Adi Yoga. He has every yoga possible. And see, moon is in Pisces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house Jupiter, 7th house Mercury, 8th house Venus. Of course, there are malefics also there, and one has to adjust for it, but it doesn't matter if the malefics are there. It is a very powerful yoga along with all the other yogas. And this is Kishore Kumar. He has a Lagna Adi Yoga. Now, Kishore Kumar was a brilliant singer, a Bollywood singer, actor, producer, director, blessed with many things, but also very conflicted personality. So, as I was saying, that the yogas don't take away from the issues, but look at from his Lagna, he had consistent success, I think, from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s till his death. And, super successful, multi-talented. And here we see that Jupiter in the 6th from the Lagna, Venus in the 7th, Mercury in the 8th. Now he has issues. He has moon in the 8th house, which is a Marana Karaka Sthana for the moon. And definitely he was very isolated, a lot of emotional issues. And you can read up about him, but super, super successful and, multi-talented. So you see that Adi Yoga. And of course, when you are talented, money comes with it. I don't think his motivation was money. You see, some people, when they're in business, their motivation is making money. When somebody's an artist, the motivation is art and money comes from it. It's not the main motivation. So, yeah, these are the final 5 yogas that I'm going to talk about outside what now we will then focus on Sage Parashar's yogas. And so the Pancha Mahapurusha yoga, Panch means 5, Mahapurusha is exalted person. Pancha Mahapurusha yoga confer wealth and status. And so therefore, when you are looking for wealth, if you just concentrate on the rules Sage Parashar gave, you would miss out on these. But generally, you'll see that people have these yogas as well. These yogas are formed when Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn are in their own or exaltation in kendras. Luminary sun, moon are excluded from these yogas. And these 5 Mahapurusha yogas are also connected to the 5 great elements. And the Kendra, so the planets have to be in Kendra. And can be studied from Lagna, sun and moon. If the yoga is from all 3 points of view, it becomes very strong. Lagna is physical, moon is mind, sun is soul, identity, career. And so looking at from the 3 points of view, it is very good. So the first yoga is Ruchaka Mahapurusha yoga, Mars in own exaltation sign in Kendras. So therefore Mars must be in Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn. Ruchaka means to shine, light, luster, to illustrate, illuminate splendor, all qualities Mars inherits when it produces this yoga. It indicates a very powerful person who shines so brightly that others are in awe of their splendor. And here we have Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and he is, of course, well known for transcendental meditation. And you see that he has Mars in the Lagna, the Ruchaka Mahapurusha yoga. And you see the sages also and the gurus, Maharishi, they're also wealthy, even not necessarily money wealthy, but they have also money, they have ashrams, things like that. But they are wealth of knowledge, that is what it is. But what I find very interesting about Maharishi is that, Ruchika means to shine, light, luster, to illuminate. When I was in school studying in New Delhi, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi visited us in school, and I was about 13 years old then. And he glided into our school meeting place, and I was quite senior by, we were sitting quite close to see him give darshan, and he gave us a lecture. And even today, I can feel that shine, that luster in his body, and his face was shining. And I was a young person, not really thinking spiritually, or we knew him at that time as the guru of the Beatles. So that was all that as teenagers thinking about it. But I still remember that. I never met him or followed him, but that quality of that shining Mars quality was there in him. And that luster of these yogas, when you have a yoga and you're using it in a good way, it shines beautifully. Then Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga, Mercury in its own exalted sign in Kendras, Mercury in Gemini, Virgo. Bhadra has many meanings: beautiful, auspicious, blessed, gracious, happy. All qualities shine when Mercury produces this yoga. Indicates a powerful intellect, someone who's intellectually superior with the ability to think clearly and profoundly. They will be practical thinkers. And again, we have Bill Gates, who is, got this yoga again, Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. Lagna Lord is in Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. And one factor about Mercury is that Mercury is Karaka for business. And so Bill Gates, being this great businessman, Microsoft, you can see that Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga gives him. Also his Aruda Lagna is in Virgo. So that is another factor with the Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. Hamsa Yoga, Hamsa in its own exalted sign in Kendras, Jupiter in Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer. Hamsa means a swan, a person free from malice and pure. Hamsa is a vehicle of Brahma and has special powers to separate milk from water. Both are auspicious, but if mixed together, the water dilutes the milk and makes it impure. So you see a mixture of water and milk, especially in India is famous, the milkmen always mix the water and make the milk impure. So Hamsa, if you are Hamsa, you can understand that. What is pure, what is not pure. Hamsa are able to find purity and remove the impurities. So Hamsa Yoga properly used can be very wise and able to have that true awakening. Here we have Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan is a superstar Bollywood actor, and he also from the 60s to right now, he's an icon. And I think when they did the millennial voting, he was in the world recognized as the biggest icon. And when you see his chart from his Lagna, you don't see anything special, and you wonder where did that iconic status come from. But when you look at his chart from the moon Lagna, and here he has the Hamsa Mahapurusha Yoga, Jupiter in the 10th house, plus he has the Gaja Kesari Yoga as well from the moon. And you see the yoga is in the consumption of the yoga, in the sense that Amitabh is super famous and super successful, but he has wealth, more wealth of recognition. He had a period where he lost a lot of his money and reputation as well. And this is again, Moon Lord is in the 12th house. And from the Lagna, he has so many planets in the 8th house. So that's what I was saying, is that the yoga doesn't preclude you from having difficult times. And you can look up Amitabh also. And then Paul Newman, Hamsa Mahapurusha yoga actor, he has a beautiful Lagna. See Jupiter and the Lagna, Mercury, Venus also together. This is also Saraswati yoga and Hamsa Mahapurusha yoga. And in Paul Newman's case, his ability to know right from wrong would be with his acting. You see, because he's an actor, he knows what roles to choose, what not to choose. And maybe that's same with Amitabh. He knew, where to go. Of course, with Paul Newman, again, a very long career, very much respected. One of the things that money can't buy you is respect. And he is respected. And he also had a charity. I think he made a sauce, Newman's Own, and which is all the profits are going to charity. So you see this quality in the people with the yogas. They have something more. Then Malavya Yoga, Venus own exalted sign in Kendra, Venus in Taurus, Libra, Pisces. Malavya means from Malwa, a region in central India. Malavya is derived from Malav, the abode of Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity. So Malavya Yoga very often can become the Dhana Yoga as well, the Lakshmi Yoga or the Srinatha Yoga. So there we have Albert Einstein, the great scientist. He has Venus in Pisces. It is exalted, 10th house, and it's canceling the debilitation of Mercury, his Lagna Lord. So that Malavya Mahapurusha Yoga is very much so there. Serena Williams, the tennis superstar, she also has Malavya Yoga. Now you see something interesting in her chart. Her Lagna Lord is debilitated, but she has the Malavya Mahapurusha Yoga. And that itself helps to give her that long-term success. And very often you see sports stars with debilitated Mars. I think the reason is that Mars in Cancer is very swift, because Cancer moon is very fast moving. And secondly, Mars in a lot of the high level sports star suffer injury. So that is an extra thing that you see in Serena Williams' chart as well. So the last of the Mahapurusha Yoga is Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga, Saturn own exalted in Kendra, Saturn in Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra. Sasha means to command, to teach, to rule, to govern. It indicates a commanding personality, a person who has the ability to govern others, are usually good in government positions like a leader or politics. The individual is not interested in being popular, but will be strong champion of unfashionable causes. You see, in any level, if you have Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga, on any level, you can be good at politics. And of course, we have Barack Obama, president of USA, first Black president of USA. Here, he has the Mahapurusha Yoga Saturn. It's Vargotama Saturn as well. And it is Lagna Lord as well. And Mahapurusha Yoga. You see how many yogas Barack Obama also has. And his road to power was very smooth. He was very young when he became the president, and almost no hurdles there, because this is what the yogas do. And if you are blessed with these are the most common yogas that all of us study. And at this stage, I want to take a break, and we want to answer any questions, and then I will go to the yogas of Sage Parashar.
Komillaji, as of now, one question. Did Rice ever marry or have kids?
No, I don't think she got married. She has the disciples. I know she doesn't have children. I don't know whether she married or not.
That's all in terms of questions. So if you want to take a short break and then...
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break. There's a question here now.
Oh, here's another question. Okay, so the question is, do you know if Tesla
I presume Elon Musk, you mean?
I think they mean Nikola Tesla.
Isabel, you want to say you mean Nikola Tesla?
You mean Nikola Tesla or Elon Musk, Isabel? Oh. Tesla. So yeah, Nikola Tesla. Do you know his chart?
I do have his chart.
Okay. I guess
I actually also will be talking about Elon Musk. So both the Teslas will be there. I wasn't including, let me see, Tesla.
Elon Musk. I want to be Tesla.
Yeah, it is Nicola. I don't remember his first name.
Nikolai, I believe. Let me check. I have it too.
I don't seem to have it.
1 second.
Nikolai Tesla. Actually, one of my students had given the
Nikola, Nikola.
I don't think his birth data is available. His date of birth is available. If you give it to me, I can put it here. Nikola.
Yes, I have the day, but not the time.
Yeah.
The day is July 10th, 1856.
Yeah. And you don't have the time.
1856.
Yeah. Of course.
And then and he was born in Smiljan, Croatia. And I think that's Smiljan. Yes, Smiljan in Croatia.
I can't find it. I know Smiljan is not there because that is where anything close to it.
You want me to look on map real quick?
Yeah.
No problem. 1 sec. So if we put in Croatia, and I look on the map, yes, very small town. But it's a village, actually, not even town.
I think that is where Melania Trump is also born.
So let's see. The closest major town next to it looks to be Czech Padastra. Is that there with the P? Padastra?
No. We could just take the capital. It's not very big.
Yeah, he was not far from Zadar.
There it is, Zadar.
He was not far from Zadar at all.
So it doesn't really matter. So what I do when I'm looking for charts what if I don't know the time of birth, I look at the chart from sunrise because this student of mine, she did a lot of research on Tesla, but I don't remember what it is. But you see, Tesla was not wealthy at all.
No.
He never patented his designs. He just gave it to everybody. But here you can see, if you take his sunrise chart, that he has Mercury in Gemini. So from the sun lagna, which would not change. Mercury is not combust, and Mercury has a Bhadra Mahapurusha yoga from the sun lagna. Moon we can't be sure, but I think moon also we can be sure that he had moon in Virgo. So, and Jupiter, Rahu, but that is a Guru Chandala yoga, but Jupiter is also so he has two yogas, two Mahapurusha yogas here.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense with the wealth of knowledge. But as we know, Thomas Edison and now Elon Musk are using his technologies.
Yeah, and maybe one can say that was his greatness, that he didn't bother with it. He has another yoga that is not usually discussed, and this is a Nabhasa yoga. You see, all his planets are in mutable signs. That's very rare to have a combination, that all the planets are in mutable signs. So there's no planet outside mutable signs. And if his date of birth is correct, he will have this, moon will remain in Virgo. And, if I just go a little further to put it exact sunrise, there we have the sun is in the lagna. So the definite yogas are there. So very good question. Made us look at and save Tesla's chart as well.